Imagine this, you have spent decades mastering your craft. You are smart, skilled and respected, but suddenly a machine does your job faster, cheaper, better. What's left? In a world where AI can outthink any of us, the most valuable human edge isn't knowledge, it's wisdom. In this video, I'm going to explore why wisdom and not knowledge will keep you indispensable in 2025 and beyond. Let me break it down into 3 powerful skills that all of us should master: emotional clarity, discernment, and deep human connection. Hi everyone, my name is Peter Fetisov. I'm a career and well-being coach here in Ireland, and my life purpose is to help people rediscover their true selves and live a happier life. The death of knowledge work. Let's start with why I do believe that knowledge work is almost dead. I grew up longing that knowledge is everything. Study hard, get the degree, master the frameworks, climb the ladder, and that worked well until now. Large language models are literally eating knowledge for breakfast. For example, ChatGPT doesn't sleep and doesn't need a vacation, and it doesn't have kids, but at the same time, GPT already can master law, physics, marketing all at once and already much better than average human. For example, a leading biotechnology company, Moderna, already uses more than 3,000 GPT's agents across their operations. Can you imagine that? And your spreadsheet or analysis, AI can handle it in seconds. But here is what your favorite LLM can't do. It can't feel your gut in a tense negotiation, or it can't sense a doubt behind the client's words. And it definitely can't lead a team through change, fear, and uncertainty. That's where wisdom work begins. Emotional clarity, feel it to lead it. Most people think emotional intelligence is about staying calm or being less reactive. But emotional clarity isn't about repression or managing your feelings. Emotions aren't the enemy, avoiding them is. Whether repressed or managed, avoided emotions don't go away. Usually it goes like this. Step 1. Name an unwanted emotion in your life. For example, I don't want to feel like a failure. Step number 2. List the ways you try to avoid it. For example, I prefer to play it safe where possible. And then step 3. Notice that every way you try to avoid it, you actually create it. Usually after playing safe, I feel like a failure because I have just missed such a great opportunity. With emotional clarity, on the other hand, you take your emotions seriously, but not literally. It is the ability to recognize your emotions, feel them, and move forward unobstructed. The difference between being caught in the storm and becoming a sky that holds that storm. Surveys show that this kind of emotional intelligence is already the #1 criteria for managers when they're considering a team member for a promotion or salary increase. You've probably seen this in action, maybe in yourself, maybe in your team. Leaders who lack emotional clarity make reactive decisions. They burn out their team, walk away too early, or chase the wrong goal for years. Want to be truly wise? Start here. Feel what you feel, name it, and learn from it. And please don't just bypass your emotions, build through them. Remember, in tomorrow's economy, promotions will not go to the smartest analyst, but to the one who can turn a team's silent anxiety into aligned action. Discernment, the inner compass. We are drowning in dashboards, especially in tech field. We overloaded with data, and yet we are stuck in analysis paralysis. Discernment is the skill of knowing what truly matters beyond all the noise. But here is the catch. You can't see the world clearly if you don't see yourself clearly. Negative self-talk isn't harmless, it distorts your leadership lens. Try this experiment for just 1 week. Every time your inner critic says something harsh, say out loud one simple word: ouch. You'll be shocked how often it happens. But this awareness changes everything. Because how you relate to yourself is how you relate to your team, to your partner, or to your mission. Discernment isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing yourself and acting from the deep clarity. Connection, presence over perfection. The majority of us have been taught that connection is earned through achievement. We believe that once we become successful, smart, or generous enough, we'll be worthy of connection. But in reality, people don't want you to be perfect. They want to be connected to you. It doesn't mean charisma in the traditional sense. Instead, it's deep relational presence, the ability to attune to others and see and be seen, create safety even when pressure is high. It's not about being the loudest in the room, it's about creating safety in the silence. When I worked as a team lead at Google, I knew that psychological safety was the #1 factor behind high-performing teams, and not IQ or credentials were that important. So, my advice is very simple. It doesn't matter how powerful AI becomes. If you want to be part of a high-performing team, if you want to change the world, you will need to be deeply connected with other humans. Invest more time in deeper and meaningful connections with others, especially being in person, and you'll thank yourself later. Why wisdom is the future. So, we should admit that AI will only get smarter over time, but wisdom, that's for humans to own. So ask yourself today and reflect. What do I want and how do I own my wisdom? What's the most effective thing for me to be doing at this moment? And what does effective even mean to me today? Maybe it's clear that some of you that we are already stepping into the age of wisdom work, but we are definitely at the rise of the allocation economy, where the advent of AI literally means everyone will become a manager. You won't be judged on how much you know, but instead on how well you can allocate and manage the resources to get work done. And being a great manager requires all the 3 skills that I've mentioned earlier: your emotional clarity, discernment, and deep human connection. Wisdom isn't soft, it's strategic. And in a world of infinite knowledge, wisdom is what will set you apart. If this video spoke to you, hit subscribe. You'll get more practical tools to slow down, find clarity, and realign your life with your true self. And by the way, if you suspect that anxiety is stressing you too much, check out my next video here where I share 5 simple daily habits that help me to calm down and have a better night's sleep. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.